I think part of it is the setting the tone when you have new students come in August. So we talk the first couple days. We go over nuts and bolts of guidelines of materials for class and things like that. But we also talk about how everyone should be safe to be wrong. Nobody makes fun of anyone for asking a question or needing extra help or anything like that. It should be a team effort. Everyone's trying to learn and be successful, but we're trying to help each other. They have to have skills before you can turn them completely loose and to just come up with this great project. And math is one of those classes where you have to hit benchmarks to be able to move them forward. So we have to go through certain skills and then do projects. I just came up with certain projects with different lessons. I try to reflect a lot on the lesson, especially if it went well or didn't go well, or if it's dry material, and how can I spice it up a little bit. Just thought, how can it be more fun? How can we build on the skills we're learning, but get out of our seats a little bit and use some practical application? One day I was walking in the parking lot and I was just looking down and I noticed the different figures that were in the paint. And I thought, it would be neat to make a scavenger hunt. And so they got to get out of their seats. We had been studying it, we'd done some of the worksheets, and then all of a sudden they're out there doing it. The linear equation projects, we study that so much that I thought, wouldn't it be neat to create something? So I asked them to make something. First it was extra credit, and last year it became a regular project because they were so neat. I wanted to see what everyone could do. Going into the test, they'd have lots of questions, and I felt like not everyone could always get them answered in the review period of time. So I went through one day and I used some software and the bamboo boards that we have, and I started doing something that turned out to be very similar to Khan Academy. I did a study review, like a practice test. And I told them, I said, it's essentially my way of sitting with them in the evening at home, right beside them, helping them study. Last year, I think one of my advisees was going to be absent. She was really concerned about missing math. And so what I did was I went ahead and made a little short video for the lesson for her. And then for the heck of it, I told the kids, you want to try what Megan's doing and watch it in class today? And they were like, yeah. And I found out they were so much more attentive watching a video, just really listening and more engaged. And it was neat to see that different style. I teach the way I'd want to be taught. So while I want it to be laid back and comfortable, I also want to take care of business. And so I try to bring in the fun stuff and the stuff that shows them how they can have practical application, but at the same time hitting those benchmarks. So I think by setting that trust up is good. Several years ago, for my own sake, I wanted to do a survey at the end of the semester, kind of like a course evaluation. Tell me 3 things that you think are going well in the course. List anything you think could be improved upon or better. And it's anonymous, and I tell them, and I just say that it's open feedback. Then when I look through them, I go over it with them, and I address that, yes, I'll try to change this, or yes, I'll do this, or why I can't. And I think sometimes them just having a reason as to why it has to be done this way, or my rationale of why it has to be done. It's like, okay, well, I may not love it, but I get it now. So I can accept that. Tone has to do with a lot with it, talking to them outside of class, any interactions you have with them, just building rapport. Rapport is huge. If they like the rapport and the feel of the classroom, they'll take those risks. Definitely, I'll read magazines, middle school magazine when they come in, NCTM. I like to know what's out there and what's going on. I want to be on the cutting edge with the latest trends, but yet I want research-based proven data that things work, and I'm not just jumping on a bandwagon to jump on it. It's kind of a balance. It's great if something's out there, but I want to see it tested and have some other people tell me it's worthwhile. So you have to kind of hone your craft.